Amelia Hartman, the iron-willed CEO of Hartman Holdings, moved through the airport like a storm in heels. Every step echoed authority, every glance demanded perfection. She was feared, respected, envied, and undeniably alone. To her, human emotions were liabilities, connections were distractions, and life was a battlefield where softness had no place. Her schedule was suffocating, her success undeniable, and her loneliness invisible. She had fired 3 assistants that month, crashed 2 deals just to prove she could salvage them, and now she was on a last-minute flight to seal a multi-million-dollar international partnership. She didn't believe in rest. She didn't believe in families. She believed only in control. And she had earned every inch of her throne, or so she thought. But fate has a habit of humbling even the strongest. When Amelia stepped onto the plane, exhaustion tugged at her bones. The private jet she usually flew was unavailable, forcing her onto a commercial flight, a nightmare in her mind. She wore her power suit like armor, clutching her laptop as though her life depended on it. People whispered, recognizing her, some admired her, others feared her icy reputation. She didn't care. Humanity was noise. She found her seat and sighed sharply when she realized it was beside a passenger with a toddler. A child. The universe must be punishing her. She narrowed her eyes at the little girl reaching for a juice pouch with chubby fingers and at the man beside her, trying desperately to calm her. "Sweetie, slow down, okay? We're about to take off." His voice was gentle, warm, annoyingly warm. A single dad, she thought. She had no patience for parental chaos. Children cried, parents apologized, and productivity died. She pulled out her tablet, determined to drown in contracts instead of emotions. But as the engines roared and the flight took off, exhaustion wrapped around Amelia like a blanket. Her eyelids grew heavy, her posture softened, and despite her willpower, her body betrayed her. She drifted. Her tablet slipped slightly. And then, her head gently fell against the stranger's shoulder. Daniel Brooks froze. He wasn't used to strangers leaning on him, especially not powerful CEOs who looked like they could buy the plane and fire the pilot if they chose to. He glanced down, stunned. Her expression, usually sharp and commanding, now looked strangely peaceful. A strand of hair brushed his neck. His daughter, Lily, giggled softly. "Daddy, the lady's sleeping on you." Daniel shushed her with a smile, whispering, "Let's let her rest." Amelia, the woman who believed rest was for the weak, slept deeply, unaware that her face had softened, unaware that she looked human. The plane hit mild turbulence, and she instinctively leaned further into Daniel's shoulder. His heart jumped, not out of attraction yet, but shock. He hadn't been touched like this in years. His wife had passed away 3 years ago, leaving him to raise Lily alone. Life had been heavy, full of responsibilities and silent nights. He wasn't wealthy. He wasn't powerful. But he was strong, patient, and kind, traits Amelia had forgotten the world still held. The contrast between them could not have been sharper. One built walls, the other carried burdens with grace. One commanded, the other cared. One feared vulnerability, the other lived through pain and still chose love daily. 30 minutes passed. Then 40. Then turbulence shook the cabin again, rougher this time. Amelia jerked awake, her instincts sharp. Her hand brushed Daniel's arm, and she pulled back quickly as if burned. I didn't," she stuttered, momentarily disarmed. Daniel offered a calm smile. "It's all right. Everyone gets tired." She straightened her clothes, her voice cold again. "I don't." But her cheeks held a faint flush. Lily peeked up with big eyes. "Hi lady, you sleep like my teddy bear." Amelia blinked, stunned by the honesty only a child could have. Words failed her, a rare occurrence. The little girl held out a small sticker. Want a star? Stars make you brave. Amelia's throat tightened unexpectedly. She had conquered boardrooms and crushed egos, yet here was a tiny human offering her a paper star like it was a treasure. Thank you, she managed, voice softer than she intended. She held the sticker awkwardly, as if it might shatter her persona. The flight continued with strange, unfamiliar warmth hovering in the air. But the peace didn't last. Suddenly, a panicked cry erupted, not from Lily, but another child 2 rows ahead. A medical emergency. A boy gasped for breath, his frantic mother calling for help. Fear crackled through the cabin. Amelia froze. She didn't do chaos. She didn't do feelings. But Daniel stood instantly. I'm trained in pediatric first aid, he told the flight crew. While Amelia had built empires, Daniel had learned how to save tiny lives. He steadied the child, checked breathing, asked for a water cup and oxygen mask. His tone was firm but gentle. Everyone watched, holding their breath. And Amelia, she watched the man she had silently dismissed as ordinary reveal extraordinary strength. Minutes later, the child stabilized, breathing steady. Applause filled the cabin. The mother cried thank yous, flight attendants praised Daniel, Lily hugged his leg proudly, and Amelia. Amelia stared in disbelief. This wasn't power bought with money. This was power built through love and loss, sacrifice and humility. A strength she didn't understand. You helped him, she whispered, almost to herself. Daniel shrugged humbly. It's what we do for each other. Each other. A concept Amelia had abandoned long ago. For the first time in years, she felt small not in weakness, but in awakening. The CEO, known for being untouchable, suddenly realized she had touched someone, and been held, without even knowing. And something inside her began to shift. As the captain thanked Daniel over the intercom, Amelia silently